What is going on, guys? MJ2005 Gunner here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the high-grade Gundam Flauros, aka Ryusei-Go, from the second season of Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans. Now, this is the Gundam Flauros in its final colors in the anime. I initially didn't like it that much because, originally it is white, and I like the Gundam frames to be left in their original form, but the gimmicks and the silhouette is enough to win me over, so I just figured out might as well let it go. Since I'm gonna be getting another one to do the origin color custom anyway. It is initially not that sturdy. I've switched out the polycap for the left arm, and also I have sprayed some gloss on the backpack. I sprayed some matte on the backpack to make it stay the way it is right now. So yeah, might as well just consider stiffening the joints before you build it. So stickers, although it is not high in quantity, it is totally torturous to put on. Now let me put these railguns back to the side because it is obstructing my view. So we have the two white ones on the V-fin, which need to fold around similar to the Gushira bakes, because the two versions also have those. And the center eyepiece, and then also the actual Gundam eyes. There are stickers for the eye vinyls on the V-fins if you want to put those on. I didn't because I feel like they are like pointless if you stick it on there. And then you have the yellow stripe for the shoulder panel. You have the 4 black ones on the thruster over here, and also the eye vinyls. You also have these like really badly pasted on pink stickers that wrap around the railguns and also the thrusters, I assume. And that is basically it. So yeah, it isn't that large in quantity, but yeah, the process of putting them on is actually torturous. So I would recommend painting. So that's all the details for the Gundam Flauros. Articulation wise, it is not as bad as I expected, because I expect everything to collide with each other. So the head is on your typical double ball joint. The arms are really sunk in, but when you pull them out a little bit, you can have free range of motion. And then the shoulder armor can come up, the shoulder panel can come up, the arms can go out that far, go up all the way. It can rotate above the elbow, bend at the elbow at one joint, although it kind of feels like a double joint, but not as good as other Gundam frames. The wrist to rotate and wiggle. The shield piece has a double hinge. And then the torso has that bar joint again. And then it has the stomach joint. There are no front skirts, or these are the front skirts. And they basically just did something like the ashtray. I forgot which grade, but I remember some ashtrays doing this while they pin the front and back skirt together on the side skirt. So it's just this. They can go forward that far and backwards that far until it hits the fin. Really good backwards. It's been a long time since we see a Gundam frame have its leg go backward all the way. And then to the side, really good. Rotation at the hip, all the way basically. A double jointed knee, which it could be better. And then the feet can go forwards and back, rotate side to side over here. And then the toe can go up and down. And then the backpack is absolutely sophisticated. So we have a gigantic, like this bar joint over here controls the entire assembly. And then there are 2 joints on the cannons over here. So you have one joint at the cannon and one joint at the joint that controls the whole assembly. So yeah. So did it confuse your head off? I bet it did. And then down here, this is another assembly on its own. So it can move entirely over here. And then the fuel can slash thrusters over here can move at the base. And then these can move at the base. And then the machine guns can move. And of course the thruster is on a double hinge. Confusing enough? Yeah, might as well end it here, because that is all the articulation of the Gundam Flauros. It is really, really good, but then, yeah, I bet the backpack is much too complicated. So, all the accessories that are in this kit are on the model itself. So, first you have these two gigantic railguns that can go over the shoulder or just put it back for storage. And it would just take up an enormous amount of space towards the top. And then you have these machine guns over here that can rotate and just fire on its own. But then you can take them off. So there's a tab over here, and then you can flip the handle out. And which side is this on? This is on the right side. So you can let the Gundam Flauros hold it. So even if it detached its entire backpack, you can still have some weapons for him to use. And here comes the fun part. The transformation to its shelling mode. So let me get this back on because we actually need the machine guns on the backpack. I actually have the instruction manual open beside me because it is really hard to perfectly transform it and make it stand. So what I'm gonna do is read the instructions while I do the transformation. So you gotta straighten the entire assembly and then just try to work around with the joints and get the end part to fit into the thrusters. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fiddling around, so I'm gonna fast forward until I get the part done. Okay, so there's one side done, and then that's the backpack on its own. So and then what you need to do is to pull the arms out a little bit, not too hard or else you would tear off the entire arm. And then there are two fins over here on the chest you need to flip up. And then what you need to do for the arms is swing it to the front 90 degrees. And then flip out the shield pieces to cover up the arms. No, I mean the hands. And then you twist the arms outward a little bit and then bend them. Not over 90 degrees, as I'm reading the instruction set. And then you need to rotate the waist 180 degrees and lie flat on the ground. And then yeah, just bend the legs. So let me see if it stands. Okay, so it stands perfectly, so I'm doing the right thing. And then what you need to do is to take the thrusters up here and flip it down to cover up the head. And then finally what you need to do for the railguns, which I think is a bit obsolete, you need to take off the tip, rotate it, and then put it back in so it as is extended. So that is the shelling mode. So the shelling mode doesn't look too bad. Yeah, it's basically like if you tear off the entire backpack, it's basically the Gundam Flauros lying down on his face, pretending to be a quadruped. But then it actually looks pretty cool this way, and the eyes on the thrusters make sense now because yeah, the original demon is basically like something like a lion or a leopard. I forgot which animal. Tell me in the comments below. I forgot which animal, and it turns into a human form at the Conjurer's request. So this basically, yeah, lives up to its name, I guess. And I feel like the actual transformation is tedious, just because you need to like fit everything perfectly and move everything to a specific place for it to stand properly. But then, yeah, it just looks pretty cool. And yeah, not much change here and there. it is just meh. A cool little gimmick and a cool alt mode for you to display on your shelf. So I'm gonna revert this back to its mobile suit form and do the comparisons. People have been telling me in the comments on the unboxing video that this guy reminds them of Arthur and Zala's mobile suits. So the only one that I got intact, because back in the day I built the Justice Gundam and everything broke to pieces. So I brought in the Aegis Gundam. And okay, I decapitated it, but just looking at the colors, they are almost the same shade, except for this guy has a bit of gray and navy blue on the exterior body, while this guy doesn't have. So yeah, the color scheme, it's basically the same. Surprisingly, you guys are right. This guy definitely deserves the Arthur and Zala name. And finally, the non-premium Bandai original Ryusei-Go, which is the Grace Kai 2. So these guys do share these similar color palettes, but then I feel like this guy's pink is kind of darker than on the grays. And also, let's bring in the other Gundam frames of the series, except for the Gusion Rebel Full City, because the subarms broke. So let's bring in the Barbatos Lupus. Which it towers over it, because this guy is shorter than the original Gundam, 17.8 meters. And then we bring in the Gundam Vidar, which is practically the same height, just by looks. So that is the review of the Gundam Flauros. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and tell me in the comments below, what do you think of the Flauros? What do you think it would do, because it isn't out yet by the time I'm recording in the anime. And tell me what you think of the shelling mode and also its overall gimmicks. And I forgot to do the railguns while I'm reverting it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and also subscribe for more gaming videos, model reviews, and all that kind of stuff. Subscribe to Ultra Prime ACVDS and focus on gaming if you haven't, and I'll see you all in the next video. By the way, thank you guys for 500 subscribers. Peace out, guys. Bye bye.